we're live! And we're live. I forgot what day it is. It's Tuesday? Is it still Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. Mercury Day. Gemini, air sign. Makes sense. What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic. Ooh, hold on. Gotta catch my breath. Witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. Hey, there's a bunch of more new people. You guys are amazing. I really like this because where are you coming from? And for those of you that don't know where they're coming from, I shared a short, it's been like a week now, about so-and-so's alien abduction experience. And in that short, I had mentioned my connection to the Palladians. And that thing's gone to like 16,000 motherfucking people. It's still going. Now, this is really cool because in the beginning of my page, if you go scrolling all the way back, the Palladians had me upload a video. It was a dolphin, and it knocks this dude off of his board. And I pulled a cool song, put a cool song on it, and that was it. And that was guided by the Palladians, and that one did the same thing. It went like 17,000 people, and it started my page. I really enjoyed this one because of the fact that it was very open. First off, it's told 16,000 people this guy's story and how people will just not accept it. And then to be able to say, hey, I talked to them too. You know, it's intriguing. So let's talk about some things. In order to keep up with me, guys, you would have to catch my last live video. I posted a short just recently about Kobe, and anything I posted in my community page, which was really funny. I saw something super funny just now as I was coming up. I was like, people and their inventions. I had nothing to do with that goofy shit. And then, before that, I was like, have you guys met my twin flame, Ali? How many do you have? 12 plus 2? Really? Yeah, and I explained that in my last video, how that works and how it's just a pool of me spread out in eternity. Pretty much. What makes us attracted to a person? They're like us. We resonate with them. They're like us. Usually they say opposites attract, but I haven't seen that really. You have to resonate with you in some kind of sense. There's something about you guys that is, you know what I mean, that comes together on a single point, a meeting point. That's what makes an attraction. So in essence, there's Ali. What is Ali? Ali is my heart. Ali is my heart. Isn't he great? Have you met him? Prince Ali, marvelous he, Ali Agate. He's this great dude from, I don't really know. I think he's culturally confused, to be honest. But it's Israeli, one of the tribes of Israel. And he sings these beautiful songs from the heart. And so his heart spaces. All of them sing songs, you know, all of them resonate with us, but his is the heart. And it was really funny. I was like, oh, here comes Ali. What do we have in common? Rejection. Rejection. I was like, oh, Ali, you ready to do some healing? It's funny because I left this card up earlier, and we haven't really got into it, but obviously it's, you know, an ugly heart. Filled with snakes and stuff. It's really funny. We're going to jump into that and go into it. What are we doing? 10 days of healing. You'll have to catch that from yesterday's video. Kobe passed the ball, the baton, whatever you want, earlier this morning. We went through phase 1. We got to keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going. I don't know. It's funny because we went through like some kind of weird finals like last month. I'm like, what are we doing? But at the same time, you learn the lesson, you get the blessing. So it was really cool. After I did that, I got all types of blessed today. And I didn't win the lottery, so I will be accepting that job offer tomorrow that goes along with that interview. Started laughing too. My Holy Spirits, dude. God picks what he wants me to do with my life. And they call me, and that's what was funny. I was like, who's calling me? My phone is on Do Not Disturb. It still came through so that I could call that person back. It was really cool. And it happens to be an interview for a collection agency. And God's like, all I heard is, pay your bills, pay your bills. I was like, yeah, this will be great. I can be that person calling people and telling them that, you know, they need to do the right thing. In order to get the job, you just have to have had phone experience and some computer knowledge, and I have all of that shit. So I should ace that, take that job, and that should be good. I got approval for, you know, I shot in the dark. I pissed in the wind, and it didn't hit my face. Instead, I got... Sorry, that's my Holy Spirits. I don't really talk like that sometimes. Anyways, I got blessed there. They're like, cha-ching, we were able to approve your car insurance and your registration fees. Sweet. So I did go in today, and I'm like, well, what's going on with my fucking request for my fucking part for my car? She's like, well, we haven't heard. I was like, well, okay. I know you've done everything that you can do, but I need to figure out who we need to talk to. Because ultimately, what you're telling me is this person, called the host, is in charge of distributions of funds for each and every family. I had put in a request. It's been 4 weeks now, right? I fully understand that they just created this position, and now this person has to process those requests in a timely manner. And it's not dealing with just my request. But after 4 weeks, I think that we should be able to escalate it. So I really don't know how that works. It's like, it's okay. I'm really good at this. I was the one that got the elevators working, you know, a couple months ago. I can call the city and we can figure this out. I just kind of need to know the way and how to do that. She's like, well, I sent an email to my boss, so let's give her a minute, and if not, you can speak with her directly. I was like, cool, I will do that. So I'm going to wait on that and talk to them tomorrow, and then by Saturday we should figure out some stuff and get my car going, regardless to whatever the situation may or may not be. So I got super blessed, and we're about to, you know, fulfill all of those cards, which says the only thing that's next is either vacation or moving. We're still waiting on that. But everything's falling into place, and that was 10 days of the removal of chaos, or the destruction of chaos, so everything's falling into place. And then also 10 days of fucking shadow work. So we got to keep this up. We got to balance this. Do the work, get the prize. Do the work, get the prize. I felt like today was a whole Thursday. I get all those kind of cool-ass blessings on Thursday. Whenever they ask me when I'd like to schedule, like an interview or something like that, I always plan it for a Thursday. Why? Because the planet works well on that day. Your confidence levels are high. The fucking juices are high. It's a lucky day, if you will. Things align. So, we're going to use that planetary alignment and line me a job. But we need to deal with some heartbreak here. With the Heartbreak Hotel. So, our earlier video, we were forced into the balancing of our relationships and overtake... Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck. I just remembered something. Alright, so before I came up here, I swear to God I was going to do this video, and I sat down, and the fire alarm went off. Really? Yeah, about 30 minutes ago. Swear to you. Completely went off. I was just going to sit down and do this reading, and I thought it was so hilarious. I was like, every single time I get a new bag of sage. I want to point out, I went to the spiritual store, and only came out with sage. I'm very proud of myself. I was still guided to pull out money before I went in there, but I only came out. Well, what happened in there? What happened in there was interesting. It's the Lotus bookstore on South Colorado. It's owned by a great set of people, like great souls. Anyways, I go in, and as I'm standing there, I can feel all the spirit guides. I can feel all the ascending masters, but there's something moving in the room quietly. It's sneaking around the room. It's being sneaky. And I'm like, what's in the room? And I'm sitting there, and for a minute, I'm like, something's in here. Something's in here that I'm not familiar with. And I start to fill it out, and I'm like, it's a childlike essence. There's a childlike deity in this room. So I walk up to the man, and before I walked up to him, my first inclination was Ganesh. And I asked him, if I say a childlike deity, who comes to mind? He says, it takes him a minute, and he says the same thing, Ganesh. And I was like, he's in the room. So everybody usually stands very tall and very open. It's kind of like statues, if you will. They're not statues. They're right there, showing you where to access them and how to talk to them. You know what I mean? Like, this is my section, if you will. But yet, there's like, I can feel this. It's always an open space, and he's playing around the trees. Something is playing around the trees, and it's lower. I can feel its child. It's smaller. So at first, I wasn't sure if it was the Fae, because I went in and I said, do you have anything on Morgan Le Fay? He said, no, nothing. I can find her. She's in ISIS. And I wanted to look into that because I broke into that earlier. I was like, oh, here's an integration I haven't put in. Here's a little story I've got to tell. Okay, so I went looking for that, but instead I found Ganesh. Who is Ganesh? It's the child of Lord Shiva. It's Parvati, but as well as Saraswati. Parvati, whatever. I'm part of that family, so it's in essence my child. And he is. I don't have his statue with me. I have one in my car. He is the remover of all obstacles, is what he's known as in the Hindu belief. He had, he's in a picture in one of my cards, but I don't have a card for him. Let me see. He has his own oracle cards, to be honest. I'm not being guided to them, but I know he's a new deity's presence. Let me see. Give me a second. I'll find a picture of him for you. Imagine a little dude, right? But he has the elephant head. That's Ganesh. Right? Hold on. There's another picture of him. But that's what I was running in the room. I felt it. I felt him in the room. See, he's always in the... See what I mean? He's there, but he's not... I don't have a card for him. Give me a second. There's another one, I believe. Where he's in the arms. Anyway, so I'm just telling you that because his presence is upon us. That's a new presence, and it is the remover of all obstacles. Again, there he is. Parvati. You see him? He was in the room. I felt him. Wonderful, right? Told you, Parvati. Defeat of the enemies, victory over obstacles, strength and whatever. Union with a spiritual, powerful life partner. Bro, do you know who popped up on my Instagram today? The Silo. He popped back up. He's been missing. You only know they're gone after they're gone. Oh, geez, there's a song. When you let them go. Let it go. Jeez. Beautiful. That's who I saw right away. But no, that also reminded me. 10 minutes before the fire alarm, I was guided to send a message to another twin flame. Hey, you're in my intuition. Oh, man, why did I do that? We're digging up scabs, I feel like. Anyways, Ali, you want to deal with some heartbreak? What is it? Ali holds the heartbreak, and if I stare at him long enough, I can tap into my own rejection and heartbreak. If you listen to his songs, he's like the R&B master, bro. We just haven't discovered him yet. He's really, truly, fully undiscovered. That's the old shit that's gonna kill him. Well, you know, when he starts making happy new shit, but that old shit, it'll kill you. Where did mine come from? I went through an activation in Wyoming, and then all of a sudden he came in on my Pandora, 3 of his songs, and my heart just snapped and broke. It's like, who is this guy? Love you, Ali. Did you reject me or I rejected you? That's what I was told to ask you. Did I reject you, Ali, or did you reject me? Quit playing games. You guys are always playing these fucking, oh, she didn't like me, bullshit. Bro, you don't like you. I turned straight to it. 82. 18. I don't know how to say that name. Mike? Meek? Milk? I don't know. There's no L. Poison. Self-destruction. Ooh. Oh, it teaches you. Meka. It kind of looks like Merkaba. That doesn't. Do you see what I mean? I get really frustrated with the pronunciation of other tongues. Focus. Whatever, you see it? I know, it's as bad as my eyes are. Heart pulses with poison and rot. 3 serpents twist and writhe inside it. Their poison seeping into the blood and bones. This is a morbid-ass card. Even, I feel like this is going to push something to cry. Just know that. They're going to push our buttons. We're talking about rejection here, people. Even when destroyed, their poison, that's what you think about when you think, yeah. There's some weird song, When I Think About You, I Touch My... No, that's not what I think about with Ali. Ali, I want to hug him and comb his hair and teach him how to swim. What kind of weird love do you guys have? I don't know, it's some weird nurturing thing. Sounded weird. Alright, anyways, I am. 3 serpents twist and writhe inside, their poison seeping into the blood and bone. Even when destroyed, their poison makes the waters they are thrown into boil and ruin all they touch. Alright, what is this? Meka's story appears in the Din Shen Chaz, which is probably not how you pronounce it, in a collection of stories explaining the lore of places in Ireland. Meka was the son of Morgan. Holy shit! Sorry. I was just talking about one of my other children. How is that your child? Oh, Kelly is an emancination of Prayasvati's dark side. Well, I would say probably now saying that the dark nature of all women, which is so much Lilith. Jesus. Do you see the parallels? I'm doing some serious integration right now. Did you know you have a child? No? This heartless fuck? No, just kidding. I don't know all my past lives. Do you know any of yours? Shut the fuck up. Sorry. I'm getting a little blown away right here. He was born with 3 serpents in his heart. It was said that the serpents would destroy all of Ireland if they were allowed to grow. He was slain in order to protect Ireland. His ashes were thrown into the river Burba. I told you. I knew this. I didn't have to know this to know this. God cursed all my children. He said so. He said so. He cursed my womb because I didn't do what he said. There's consequences. Before Jesus, bro, that's what you don't understand. Old Testament God, bro. You didn't test God. You didn't test God, bro. There was no devil. It was God, bro. It was always God. We knew that, and that's why Old Testament religions didn't accept that it was so simple to ask for forgiveness and be washed clean. You had to atone for it, and that's why they stand to, capital murder and shit like that. Like, they will fucking, euthanize your bitch ass. Like, you're gonna have to pay for this. We're gonna give you the death sentence. It's across, an eye for an eye. You'll pay for this. You guys call it karma. It's just balance. In essence, it's balance. Why? Because if you don't create it for good, then you'll create it for bad. It's balance. His ashes were thrown into the river Burba, making the waters boil and killing all that lived in the river. Burba means silent waters. Another possible meaning is seething, coming from the verb burbade, which means boil. Divinatory meaning. It's crazy. So maybe it wasn't, it was, but maybe it wasn't. It was a childlike essence. Isn't this crazy to you? It is to me. You might think I'm making it up, but I don't have no reason to. That's it. I was just sitting in the room and there was a child, I didn't see its form. I just felt the only one that came to mind was Ganesh, and he confirmed it, and I left it at that. I didn't go any further. It wasn't baby Jesus. Sorry, there's not many children. They didn't, you know what I mean? They weren't frozen in children form. As I say that, though, Krishna was very young. Krishna was young. We all are in the spirit, but not in the flesh. You have to have aged your flesh a certain period. Alright, Makaz warns us that sometimes our own thoughts and actions can be poisonous. Do not go down the road of self-destruction. Do not allow your feelings of anger or hatred to consume you. Ooh, are we angry? Strong emotions can twist your reasons and cause you to act irrationally. As soon as I saw that, I saw Morgan. I can explain that in a moment. If we carry hatred in our hearts, warranted or not, for ourselves or others, it taints everything we do and everyone around us. Makad can represent self-wounding or self-hatred, as well as addiction and self-destructive behaviors. Shadow work! Shadow work! These feelings can consume and destroy yourself and those around you. You control what lives in your heart. You control whether it's destructive or healing. When you are letting your emotions, or where are you letting your emotions control your actions? What poison do you need to purge? How do your actions affect those around you? What in your life needs healing? Holy fuck. Well, we knew this was going to be some heartache. What creates hatred? A hurt heart? You hate them for the pain they've caused you. Forgiveness is what Christ teaches you. It's not so easy. You have to where does forgiveness come from? Understanding. When you understand the true meaning of what happened and why it happened, meaning, how did this happen? The big question is, how did this fucking happen? When you truly understand why and what happened, you have a sense of knowing, which is understanding, to where you can lay it to rest. And that is the definition of forgiveness. It's not what people do, but you focus so hard on, they did this to me. If you can step back just one layer of who did this to you, is there a possibility that this person that did this to you did this to someone else? As soon as I said that, I saw my mother. My mother ruined my life, but she didn't just ruin my life. She ruined her life, and as a result, her children's lives. And anyone that came near. She had addictions. She had self-destructive behaviors. She had a lot of self-hatred, self-wounding, and she was angry. She wasn't a bad person, but if I tell you the stories and I tell you all that, damn, you had a terrible mother. That's what the mind would say, and that's what my childlike mind was telling me when I woke up, that she was evil, that she was horrible, that no mother could ever love you if they did these type of things to you. That's not true. By nature, a mother loves their child. Now you can look at a lot of these nature videos where there's a lot of these mothers, animals that reject their children. They just leave them. They leave them out of the nest. They disappear on them. There's a lot of this. So you have to see that this is not just human nature. It's a naturistic thing that happens. And there are fathers that kill their children and abandon and then have nothing to do with the whole process. They have nothing to do with it. And then you have like the eagles, where they're an equal pack. You have the penguins that are an equal pack in this whole raising of the children. You know what I mean? There's different roles. You know what I mean? You have the lions, you have stuff like that. Where it's, I just want to show you that, right? So the brain is like, this person didn't love you. That's not true. You can't base a person's feelings on just their actions. And if you step back, like I said, that one layer, instead of seeing what they just did to you, start to notice that they're hurting other people too. You got hurt by a person that hurts people. My mom didn't just hurt me. She hurt everybody that came near her, because she was a hurt person. Now that's 2 years of, digging up awful memories and coming to, places of compassion and understanding. Because as soon as I want to see her as my mother, Christ shows me her as a teenager. And with that, I was able to project these understandings, these visions, these clarities over to Marshall and to my other twin flames and to a lot of my following to help you understand. We see them through hurt feelings. But if we work through those feelings, we can see that they're just hurt. And that's where forgiveness comes from. Because ultimately, what you need to understand is hurt people hurt people. You got hurt by someone that was hurt. Because if they weren't hurt, they would have never hurt you. Now I'm seeing Bobby. At the very beginning, he said, I just don't want to hurt you. Did he mean to hurt me through this whole process? No, he was trying to avoid hurting anyone. But I got hurt. We all got hurt. Why? Because we were hurt to begin with. The whole thing. There's no way we weren't going to get hurt doing this. And that's because, you know what I mean? That's just it. But now, the more healed I get, the less hurt I am about it. The sad part is I look back at them and they're still hurt. It's like, you know, I look at Allie, I'm like, I'll cry about him. I cried just a couple days ago about all 3 of them. All of them. What makes me cry is that you still hurt. And when I see you, I remember, I feel my own hurts of when I was you. And I so badly wish I could get you out of it because I know what it feels like to be you. When I woke up, people told me I had memories of it too, sort of. They told me I was just, pretty much, they described a raging bitch. A raging bitch. You just would blow up. You just blow up at people all the time. You just blow up at people. And I'd have faint memories of it. And then I saw the actual action that it is. What came over me, I called it the beast. It was a certain part of me that would get triggered, and I'd blow the fuck up. I saw it. But I also I hated myself as soon as I saw this part. People kept telling me about a part of me that ruined our relationships. Said, I mean, last time I saw you, you just fucking blew up. You said all kinds of shit, and I never heard from you again. It was the common story that I kept hearing when I would go looking for my past. So I was afraid of this part that would just blow up on people. I was very afraid of it. I heard all about it. It ruined all my relationships. I didn't know what it was and why it would come out. And then it came out. And it was my defender. It was loud, it was aggressive, and it got shit done. I blew up on my, I don't know, they're not in number sequence, we'll just say that, but I call him my second twin flame. I was going through very hard traumas with my mother. I had just woken up some really bad mother pains. And at that time I was doing a collaboration with him on music. And he was pestering me about the music, and my outside world was I couldn't deal with my outside world because of what was happening in my inside world, and I told him to leave it alone, I can't deal with it today, just stop fucking around. He wouldn't leave it alone. He showed it in my face later on that night, and I just snapped, and I swung on that motherfucker, and I called him all kinds of bitches, and I threw him out the studio. You swung on him? I did. And if I would have hit him, I would have knocked him the fuck out, and he would have went straight at me, because he had a fucking background in domestic violence, and we used to get heated already. It would have went down. We really would have fought. But he was in shock. He didn't see it coming. He backed up, and I didn't connect. And I laughed after he stepped back, like he was scared. I could see the fear in his eyes, and I just laughed in his face in such a hysterical, scary way. That's what I thought, bitch. That's what I thought, bitch. Get the fuck out of my face. I told you to get the fuck out of my face, bitch. Get the fuck out of my face, bitch. And I'm shoving the fuck out of this 6-foot-something man, throwing him out the studio. He saw me go from fucking 0 to 100 real fucking quick. He was trying to bully me. He wouldn't listen to me. And this part had to fucking lose it. And that's what I noticed. When that part came out is because I wasn't being heard. And it was my defender. Enough. It's over. And that's what that part was. Now, people will only remember that part, that angry bitch. If you said something, bro, I'm gonna snap on your ass. I'm gonna snap hard. I'm gonna drop the mic on you. Nothing like you've ever seen Marshall Mathers do, because he does it on a beat. I drop the beat real quick, bro. It's raw. Super raw. I fight dirty. I throw exactly everything, every one of your fucking shadows right in your face. Everything I've ever seen you do that was shady, I throw right in your fucking face. You're a sour motherfucker because of X, Y, and Z. And remember this, bitch, I can't stand your bitch ass. And you be out here doing shit like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. What happens? I build a case on these motherfuckers. A hard one. A hard one. It's a snowball effect. Meaning, I stay quiet. Like Cat Williams, I just be listening. I don't stand up to myself. I let motherfuckers act shady around me, and I don't say shit. And I just let it happen, and I just don't say shit. And then I don't say shit. And then I don't say shit. And then when I say shit, bro, the shit goes down. And I learned not to do that. I stopped doing that. When I see something, I say it before it becomes too big. I give them an opportunity to change before there's no chance. And that's what I said. At this point, if I approach Morgan, there's too much. It's a fight now. I'm going to snowball. I'm going to whitewash that bitch. So let's talk about Morgan. I'm sure she's angry. She's being weird as fuck. I don't know what she's on, bro. And that's what it is you go out in the streets, you come back a whole different person, bro. What are you doing out there? So she, out of nowhere, calls me. Again, I didn't talk to her after that video. She calls me and she's like, she wants to explain why she's been so, you know what I mean, so hidden. She's like, no, because all this shit's going, and I said that in my video, they're all paranoid. All these people are facing getting kicked out, and they're all afraid of each other because they all got dirt on each other. But what really weirded me out, she's like, you remember that car that we saw in the parking lot, and I told you that guy was a detective? And I was like, the one that we asked? And she's like, yeah. And he said he was a pastor. No, I saw him again, and he was just staring at me. This is overblown paranoia right now that you're feeding me. You're telling me, and I didn't say nothing, bro. This is what I mean. If I don't say it, it's over. When I stop talking, bro, that means I'm just listening. So she tells me this. I'm literally sitting outside, and she's like, yeah, so I just haven't been, she's trying to tell me the reason she ghosted me is because of what's going on in the apartments. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, so every time you got beef with someone else, you're going to ghost me? Is all I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing you say. But I'm hearing your over-paranoid fucking behaviors about there's a fucking detective in the fucking parking lot, and they're out to get you, and you're just trying to lay low. Here comes Nate Dogg. You better lay low. Hey, if you guys haven't listened to Nate Dogg today, you need to listen to some Nate Dogg. Sorry, he's really coming in. He's a high frequency today. Talking that shit. You better lay low. I love you. That's what she tells me. You're not laying low with me. You're hiding from everybody. So anyway, she tells me that. And I was like, yeah, it's all good. So then I get in the shower, and I get out of the shower, there's a text message. I've had her iron for since my first job interview 3 months ago. I asked her to use her irons because I had a fucking in-person interview, and I never returned it. So she's like, hey, can I get that iron? I was like, yeah. So I send it with Amelia over to give it to her. And she sends me this stupid fucking message, bro. And I lost it. That was when we were done. She's like, hey, this isn't my iron. It's all good. I'm going to use this, but when you're done, can you switch it back? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You're crazy. You're crazy, bro. I don't have another one. You're starting weird shit. You already started the morning on some weird shit. You're on some whole ass weird shit, bro. And she's like, I was like, I don't have another one. She's like, I think I would know what's mine. And at that point, I'm like, obviously not. Obviously not. I'm not going to play your passive-aggressive games with you today and you tell me that it's your head injury. That's the iron you gave me. And I didn't say another thing to her, dude. Then I go to leave today, and she's leaving at the same time, and she's got the loudest fucking eyebrows I've ever seen. I'm a bitch that draws on eyebrows, so this is very projective right here. But they're like, I'm like looking at her like, what are you wearing all this makeup for and shit? She looked like, I'm just saying, dude, I don't know who gave her what or what she's doing in the streets, but she's not the same person I've been hanging out with for 3 weeks. And that's how it be on... I hate to categorize it, but here they come. The welfare check comes out, and here they start coming. I'm serious, bro. I'm serious, bro. Watch tomorrow. They'll all be, you know what I mean, out there passing out cigarettes and... What the fuck, dude? This fucking weird-ass culture. Are you serious? I'm serious, bro. I got the text messages to prove it. I went off. I was like, dude, I don't know what's up with you, dude. Like, she just... That happened? Yeah, bro. I'm stuck in a body trying to talk to other people. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You asked me for your iron. I gave it. You're like, this isn't my iron. I know my iron. Can you give me back my iron? What are you talking about, bro? Are you accusing me of stealing or something here? Is this your overblown paranoia that I heard on the call earlier? She's hella weird, bro. She's acting hella weird. It's taken her fucking 30 minutes to 3 hours to respond to a text message. She's totally laying low. When she does come out, she's looking like a lady of the night. Like, I don't even know why she put on that much makeup. She doesn't even typically wear makeup, but when you put on... She came out like me. I guess I'm projecting. That's what Homeboy said. He said, what was your deal the other morning? You came out here looking like Kiss. I started laughing, and I was like, I was trying to make people not like me. He's like, I've noticed people just gravitate to you. I was like, I know, it didn't work at all. I was all, but really, I said I wanted to try the goth look, and I tried it out, and did you see me? I went all over the streets. I was walking up and down fucking Hampton like that. He's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. It didn't work. People were just looking at me. I was like, well, fuck. In the essence, it's like, you know, just put a big fat nose on me. Put the Humpty nose. The Humpty Dance. I'm a total clown. I don't need to drink to do this. But starting all over, in the beginning, it appeared that I was angry. It looked like I was mad all the time. I was. But when I worked through, why am I so mad? I'd start crying, and I realized I wasn't mad. I was just hurt. And that's where you look at Marshall. People are so afraid of him. They think he's such an angry guy. There's a really hurt guy over there. There's a really hurt guy. And that's where it is. It's like, dude, we need to stop pretending. It's real. We're really mad about what they've done to us. But the only reason we're mad is because it really hurt us. And that's what you're going to learn. You need to learn. When you get angry, bro, get ready for it. Ask yourself, why am I angry? And it's gonna, you listen, write it down, bitch. Listen, speak it so you can hear it. Hear yourself, tell yourself what's wrong with yourself. Why am I so fucking pissed off right now? And that's where I'd be like, every time I'm mad at Russ or something, why are you so mad at Russ right now? And then I start listing it off. And then it has really, after about 3 things, it has nothing to do with him. It's like, this has nothing to do with you. I mean, you're annoying and all, but yeah, I'm not mad at you. I'm hurt by something else, and you said something that really fucking bothered it. You bother my hurt. This is a sad story, too. Why? Again, if you knew what I felt in that spiritual story, I felt a child's presence hiding in the, you know, hiding behind the tree, trying to get my attention. And then I find out that I had a damned child that they killed in my last life. That's sad, huh? But then I think about my new children that are coming and, you know, destiny, how it shall be. That's a sad story. Anyways, there's a spell, but we don't use this bitch's spell. Why? Because she's fucking creepy as fuck. Why? How do you say that? Because I bought her book. We started with her book. It's the Priestess of the Morgan. People that pray to me are weird, bro. I don't know what kind of weird trance they do. I don't know if they do sex and drugs or... I don't know. People that pray to me are weird. Really? I don't know why. But then again, I don't know. There's a lot I don't understand. People are just weird, guys. I can tell you why they hurt you. I can't tell you why Morgan put all that eyebrows on today to go to the Coalition for the Homeless. I cannot tell you why that happened. I cannot. Use this spell when you feel that you need to heal and cleanse yourself from unhealthy habits or destructive emotions. Okay, that's the next thing, is when you're unhappy, what do you do? And that's what I said, coping mechanisms. What are your coping mechanisms? Do you shut down? I usually shut down. But I'm not over here smoking crack or anything. I'm over here just dealing with myself. Literally breaking myself apart. I actually share that publicly. But what do you do when you don't feel, good? That's the video I'm about to share. That was the silo. Is start with what makes you feel unhappy. Right? That's what I told Bobby. He's like, we can't all do whatever makes us happy. Nah, I don't do that. I do a lot of shit that I don't want to do anyways. It's not about doing what makes me happy. It's about not doing the things that make me unhappy. Honoring that this doesn't bring me happiness and walking away from it. That's the hard work there, buddy. We are all our own harsh critics. Sometimes we need to release the negative inner dialogue or simply the negative energies that have accumulated over time. And that's it too. When I woke up, I hated myself, and you could hear me. I talked about myself poorly. I'm just reading her little thing here, because it starts with, a candle, a pen and paper. Draw a heart. It doesn't need to be artistic. It can be simple or as detailed as you like. As you draw, think about what lives in your heart. What are things you care about? What are things you stand for? Who are you at the core of your being? Next, I gotta stop there, because they change over time. If you change, these things change. What lives in your heart, it changes as you start opening it up. It's a fucking onion or a lotus, depending on what's in there. What are the things you care about? Some things are very important in the beginning, but you start to realize they didn't have much importance. You just made them important. What do you stand for? Some things you won't budge on, and then you learn to adjust your standpoints. You're not so rigid anymore. Who are you at the core of your being? That's what we're always trying to find out. As we work through our thoughts and our feelings, we discover there's a different part of us that didn't think and feel, that doesn't think like this and feel like this, that isn't angry and hurt. That's actually pretty wise and nurturing and understanding, very juvenile. And that's your inner selves, your inner child, your inner nurturer, and your inner warrior. What weighs on your heart? What habits and negative energy do you wish to remove? When you're done, draw an Ogaham beath representing cleansing in the center of the heart. When you are ready, light the candle, and then you can say your own words. Take the paper and light it into the flame. Place it in a fire-safe bowl to burn. Again, we're fire witches. We do a lot of that, where we put our invocations onto pieces of paper. We send our prayers through smoke. And that's what I said too. Every time I get a new bag of fucking sage, all these people got to come out. I was guided to take out my candle this time too and cleanse it with the white candle. So maybe you should too. I had the white candle lit. And I sent prayers especially to the fire truck. I covered them in Uriel, Raphael, and Michael. Why? Because they need it. They need their covering, for sure. They're running into fires. They're running into danger. They're running in to save people. They need God's angels to help save lives. All right, so that's what we're talking about right now. We went 44 and into that shit. Let's start with this. I'm seeing what happened with Hades and Russ, and what happens when somebody rejects you. Do you act out in anger? I mean, ultimately, it hurts your feelings, bro, right? When they don't reciprocate, when they don't want to talk to you, when they ghost you, when they, you know what I mean, reject you. A conversation, a connection, they turn down a meeting, they blow you off, whatever. That hurts your feelings. And we get angry about those actions, right? Don't you? Don't you get angry when you try to extend yourself to someone and they act like, you know what I mean, you didn't mean shit? Ali doesn't act in anger about his heartbreak. Ellie doesn't harness any dark feelings like that. He just holds them. They're my lighter twin flames, so that's the same thing with Lewis. Lewis doesn't act in anger. He doesn't allow his anger to live. Anger doesn't have a voice inside of them. Does that sound healthy to you? It's not healthy to not be angry, because it's an emotion of processing grief. You can't fully process pain without getting angry about it. But, then there's the opposite spectrum. You know what I mean? Like Marshall and myself, it's like where we can't process if we're only angry about it. If we don't allow ourselves to be hurt by it. They just get hurt. They don't get angry, and they don't get even. We get angry and we get even. So, with that, there's a lot to be said. We were talking about relationships, we're talking about patterns, we're talking about balance, we're talking about that. So, when I said that, the rejection, she's getting angry with me. Morgan's getting angry with me. Am I getting angry with Morgan? No, I'm done. What you're doing isn't bothering me. I know you're bothered. I'm just seeing things I never saw before. Why didn't you act like this before? How come I didn't see this? Because you didn't act like this before. Or if you did, again, she hides it. Because that's what I said. When she goes out into the world, she disappears. I know what you're thinking, because I think it too. Is she doing drugs? What do you think? She's afraid of somebody raw snitching her. She has a background in drugs. Every time she goes out, what kind of people do you think she hangs out with? Think she's going to church? She's hanging out with old friends. What are old friends? Old habits. What are her old habits? Does she still have habits that we're probably not seeing? Or is it obvious, and that's where all this paranoia is coming from? In the essence, if she's clean, then she shouldn't worry about being dirty. Is this residual paranoia? You could say that until you start watching the erratic behaviors that are happening. Did I know this? No. Why? Because when you know something, you gotta do something. And those are those moments. God, why didn't you tell me? Because if you knew the truth, then you wouldn't have learned the lesson. I learned a lot. People are, again, as she said, it's like, who's really replaceable? Have you shown me something different, or you shown me something that I've seen before that I don't like? And were you hiding that from me? Or just hiding it from yourself? Trying to hide who you truly are and what you truly have been doing. How well did she hide it? Quite well. Or was I blinded? That's where you're like, whoa, holy shit. It's hard. It's hard when you see the truth. And it's like, no, you're jumping to conclusions. No. So what do? We sit here and watch more. We build more of a case. We look for more truth or more lies. Or do we accept that we've had enough and just work off that and slowly try to respectfully distance ourselves? Does it have to be painful? Do you have to say harsh words? Do you have to throw the book at them? Or can you just slowly exit the room? Let's try something new. Let's try not dropping the mic. And that's all I'm doing right now. And that's what God said. And I said that. It's like, you're not going where I'm going because you're not going anywhere. You're still going into the past. She still has patterns. She's still doing. She has a life of her own. She still has to figure out. it gets harder and harder the more you wake up. They're called tower moments. They're ego deaths, where God gives you a higher perception. He opens your eyes little by little. He opens your ears. You start seeing. He calls it the truth. But what it is you start seeing the lies. And it destroys you. Like, Jesus Christ, how come I didn't see this before? Give it time. They didn't want you to see it before. If you would have known what you know now, you would have never took that trip with them. But you needed to take that trip with them. You needed to take that journey with this karmic person who's here to deliver karma, to teach you a hard lesson. This is your karmic contract coming in. This person's going to teach you something about yourself and about your past. How to have forgiveness and understanding. Once you've learned the lesson, though, you need to move on, because this person is karmic. They're not divine. Or you can stay there learning many, many more karmic lessons. When you're done, though, when you've learned the lesson, when you've seen the truth, when you realize this is no good for me, then your heart has to take control. Your mind isn't going to like this. You've built a pattern with this person. You've built a connection. Your mind has, it's built a pattern. No, this is my friend. This is what we talk to. This is what we do. And it built a foundation. You have to break that foundation and with your heart and say, no, we know she's not doing, we know this isn't good for us. We know that. We know that. We know this. I don't know what's in her backpack. What if I was to get pulled over one day? And I said that to her when she was about to let some tweaker bitch use her car. And she tells me a story that really happened to me, and I went to jail, and that's how all this happened. Alright, well, I'm not going to catch your karma. I'm hearing it's like shady people, huh? You don't really... It's like you want to be mad at yourself for not knowing better, but you have to understand they worked hard. People work hard at only showing their best self to you. But the longer you stay with them, the closer they get, the more comfortable they get around you, the more they reveal their true self. Everybody is programmed to, to put on the mask when they go outside. You're not the same person in your house as you are on the streets. Am I? Yeah. Pretty much. I'd show you my house, but the reason I don't do this stuff is magically. If people can see my space, then they can astral project into my space or put something in it. All they can do right now is put something on my altar, which will have no effect. But if I start showing you my rooms, then they can start astral projecting into those rooms. So I don't do shit like that, right? My picture, I give them fresh pictures, then they can focus on my fucking energy. They're focusing on my present energy, right? They're trying to fucking, it's like a dog, right? You give it a smell, and then it goes out looking for that smell, which is a frequency. It's a frequency. Anyways, going into that. That's why I don't do all of that stuff. But, the healing, that's what's always happening on Fridays around here. God opens our eyes. He uses a present situation to open our hearts. It's called a trigger, an ego death, a tower moment, a moment of destruction, transformation, and rebirth, a death, transformation, and rebirth. This is really going to fuck you up. But it is an opportunity to open your heart. In order to open your heart, they have to destroy it. Are they destroying your heart? No, it hurts. The heart heals. You're destroying your mind, belief systems, attachments of the mind. Your heart will heal. Anybody that's ever been in a bad relationship will understand this. You're in more pain with them than without them. Right? When they're not there, you fill your time and you actually spend more time with you doing things that are good for you. But when they're there, you're walking on eggshells and you no longer exist. And you're just trying to make them happy in hopes that they will be kind, maybe give you attention, maybe just leave you alone if they're, you know, those kind of clingers. You're just not happy. Right? So when I say this, it's like, is it really going to break your heart? No, it's going to break your mind. Your heart will be fine because your heart knows you need to do this. Your heart knows. My heart knows that this person is not a good friend for me and that we need to stop now. Because, you know, right now it's like I'm building new foundations and I can't build a foundation with negativity. And I've shown you, she has negative thought processes. Every time I come up with an idea, she casts some negative manifestation into my fucking ideas. No, because somebody could steal your car, or somebody could rape you, or somebody could get pulled over, or somebody. And that's her paranoid, her fearful mind. But her fearful mind is real, and it creates realities. And it can speak over my reality, and I don't need that. I don't need your thoughts in my reality because that's what I am. I'm a master manifester. I manifest off thoughts. I use thoughts to create realities. And that's what they are. Thoughts create realities. So, you know, if I was this interrogation, right, and they're like, you're here to see if my mind works, yes? Yes. Well, I can tell you it doesn't. I've broken my mind and I've reprogrammed it so that it doesn't work like yours. It doesn't work like anyone's. I reprogrammed the way that information is transmitted through my mind. I put a blocker inside of there. What does that mean? It means that I don't allow negativity. I alchemize it on contact. So no, my mind doesn't work like yours. It's broken in the sense of mass consciousness. I've rewired it fully, and I do that daily. I take thoughts, and I completely destroy them, and I create new realities based on my pain and suffering. I teach others how to do that too. Do I live in a distorted reality? Perhaps. I brainwashed myself into goodness instead of bad. Not with affirmations, but with real truth. Real truth. So let's start with this. You're pissed off. That is nothing more than smoke to the real flame. What is the real flame? You're hurt. Start with those two questions. This is your shadow work for day 2. And we're only going to dig deeper tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Thursday. The heart should be raging. But ask yourself, why am I angry? Write that down. And when you get to that next question, what about this hurt me? Now you're getting somewhere. Third question, have they hurt anybody else other than me? Now you're getting deep. Did they mean to hurt me? Or they just hurt everybody? Can I forgive them for hurting me and everybody else? Do I need to fight for the hurt that they did? And as I said that, I see Russ. I had this moment, you know, Russ has, oh God, he's such a douchebag. Russ has all these videos of all these girls, and he has all these stories of all these women he brings home and lavishes in his beautiful little kingdom and shit like that. It's like, how many girls did you fucking wine and dine and fucking break their hearts, Russ? And that's Wolfman. How many? They didn't get me. But how many, bro? How many women have you fucking used and abused before I came in and made you aware of your fucking shitty ass, fucked up ass behaviors? Do you think you'll get away with hurting that many women? Why did you hurt them like that? Why did you reject them when all they were trying to do was love you guys? 74, according to current stats, 74% of my following is men. Guys, why do you reject women that want to love you? They were too fat. They were ugly. They had kids. They had a mouth. They didn't know how to cook. Your mom said that she didn't like them. You broke their heart. Why did the woman, whoever she is, reject Ali? His songs are about somebody rejecting him, or multiple somebodies. Why did they kick a great man like that away? I don't know. I can't really. Did he try to date a girl that was, just out to use him? And then she used and left him, used and abused him? I don't know his story. I don't know many of your stories. But there's two sides to this shoe. Yes, you've been hurt by people, but you've also hurt others, knowingly or unknowingly. So we need to work through all layers of this, heartache. Not just what people have done to you, but what you've done to others. So we can heal all this. One big fat shot. If we're going to open this motherfucker up, let's see what really makes it pump. It's a three-headed demon is what I said. What were those three questions? Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you with some Thirsty Thursday. Ooh, 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 ooh. Love you, Slaters. Bye.